this playoff run feels different because last year you guys, it was like your first time. This time you're expected to be here. How does that make this win feel different to you?
Yeah, man, it's a special feeling, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna sit here and talk like I got so many years of experience. I'm in my 5th year, but something I've learned from my vets and just being in the NBA for enough time is to not take winning for granted. And this is a special time. Back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals. We're not done. We still got ways to go, but it's a special feeling, man. And watching the lottery last night, I remember being our representative at the lottery a couple of years ago, and not wanting to to go back. So it's special, man. This group is special. This has been built by many different moves, and adding P has been huge for us, and we just kind of went from there. But yeah, man, I don't take this for granted. It's a lot of fun, and winning is fun. So we just want to continue to do what we're doing and just take this a day at a time. Enjoy this one tonight, but be ready for whoever's next.
You guys hadn't had a 30-point score the whole postseason until you today. What does that say about your team and, of course, the night you just had?
Yeah, it's a balanced effort, man. We're different than every other team in the NBA. We don't just have one guy who scores all the points, or I think we defeat teams in different ways. We move the ball. The ball is flying. We got a lot of different guys making shots, making plays. We've preached our depth all, for the last couple of years, and it's paying off now. So, I had a great game, but I think a big part of that was guys were finding me, putting me in the right spots, and we didn't panic after that rough start to the first quarter. We knew they were going to throw a punch. We talked about that. We knew that they were going to, throw a haymaker there, but I thought we weathered the storm the right way and got going from there. So really proud of our effort and, proud of this group.
Pascal, just a minute ago, Rick was talking about that it is, the championship window is potentially there. You need 8 more wins. You've won one before. What makes you believe this team can do it?
Well, first of all, do I count as one of your vets?
Oh.
Yeah, sure.
I appreciate that. But no, I think for me, I like you said, you can't take it for granted. Like I've always told this story. It's like once I got to in 2019, we got there, and I was like, I was in my 3rd year in the league, and I just felt like automatically like I'm gonna be right back. Like we're gonna do this again. Obviously, we had that year after that where we did well. We went to the conference final or something like that. But after that, it was rough. So you can never take it for granted. And for me, it's just like we have a great opportunity. Last year, like we literally where we was at last year, and when we got in the summer, we talked about getting better. Like this is the opportunity now to get better. Show that we took a step, and that's the mentality that we have going into the next games is. We have a real opportunity, and we can't take it for granted. I can't stress it enough.
Ty, you've used the word wear down effect a lot to explain this team. How much does that explain tonight? I guess the trajectory, the way this game went. I mean, how much does the way you guys were able to come back, erase a 19-point lead like you did? How much does that explain by wear down effect?
Yeah, I mean, just picking up full court, amping up our pressure. I think we can wear down in many ways, but. From our defensive effort and energy and output from everybody. When our second group comes in, them, TJ harassing guys full court is important. I think, what Andrew and Aaron do on the ball is amazing. And, I think me and P both see what those guys do in our first group, and that makes us, want to get up and pressure full court as well. Obviously, that's a big part of the wear down effect. But I think offensively, our pace, it's hard to play at our pace, for over a 7-game series. It's hard to play at our pace in a 1-game series, So I think we're doing a great job playing our way, controlling what we can. And, I really feel like that's important. Coach has been stressing that the last 2 years. Just, it's not about 1 game. It's how can you wear on teams for 48 minutes every game, every day. And I feel like we did that with our physicality. We did that with our pace, many different ways. But like I said, just really proud of the output from this whole group.
You obviously picked up the 2 fouls.
You guys got down now.
Go ahead, Steve.
You guys got down by 19. You had games to spare. You had a home game Thursday if you needed it. What was it that you sort of drew on to, make sure that tonight was the night?
I mean, I think, like Ty said, like we always know that, with our physicality and the way we play, we can always be in the game, and it's just a matter of time until like our pressure and the things that we do. Gets to a team. So and we've been in the situations before, so we don't really we don't panic. I think Obviously, it's not a good habit to have, getting down. But I think for us, I just try to get the guys to continue to calm down, play our game, follow the game plan, and once the game keeps going, like we just believe that we can always be in the game.
How you pick up the 2 early fouls, obviously you had to take a seat early. How does that change the rhythm, and what was it like for you to work your way back into it? Obviously then hit 5 threes in the second quarter. What was that like just in terms of changing your rhythm and getting you back into it, and what got you going?
Yeah, suspect. First 2 fouls. But I Coach took me out. I was a little frustrated. But I'm a guy who, I don't foul a ton. I have a really low foul rate. So it didn't really change anything for me. I just tried to, be smart when he got me back in there. I had like 1 shot going into the second quarter, so or maybe 2. So I was trying to be aggressive. Shots started falling. Just trying to play the right way and let the game come to me. But yeah, those first 2 fouls were definitely frustrating. But I thought Andrew did a great job of keeping us afloat. Andrew and P and the guys kept us afloat there. And then when I got back in, just tried to be who I am. And guys did a great job of moving the ball. I felt like in the first quarter we were floating outside on the perimeter too much, not getting downhill enough. We got to the penalty pretty early in the second quarter and then just kind of hooped from there. But I think we just got to keep stressing getting downhill. We get to the paint, can put teams in blender. That's when we're at our best. So thought we did a much better job of that as the game went on. But yeah, I was trying to play the right way. I don't know about them fouls though.
You guys kind of both mentioned it, but the difference of going to the conference finals this year, the feeling you guys have versus last year, how would you compare it?
I think it feels good, but I think we're a little bit we're greedy at the end of the day. Like we feel like we've been here before. So I don't think like last year we could have been like, man, like this is the first time in a while that we did we were just here last year. So I think for us it's just that focus got to shift. Like we got to be wanting more, and to me that's what I'm gonna continue to preach to the guys. And I can sometimes sound like like a I'm trying to kill the party kind of thing, like where it's like everybody want to be excited, and I'm just like I'm just like man, like I want more. You know what I mean? Like that's the feeling that I have, and I want to continue to just get that to my teammates and make sure that we all have that mindset of wanting more, because like you said, we was just here, we did it, so now we have an opportunity to get better.
You guys have mentioned physicality, and I think there's a narrative to this series that you guys beat up the Cavs, and did you feel like that was kind of the key for you to be extra physical with them? Kind of to the wear down question, is that something you could sense when you get a couple wins here in games 1 and 2?
I think we just ourselves. Like we playing Pacers basketball, and I don't think we were thinking about any of that stuff. We just being us.
Pascal, go ahead.
You guys have talked a lot about just how other big plays make a difference that aren't just shots or whatever. Miles Turner has that chase down block of Donovan, who make it seem like Donovan was trying to slow down to get him there to try to draw a foul, but he gets it clean, and then Drew has the block after that. How big is that play? That they could have gone up 10 on that bucket. How much of that will make a difference for you guys?
Yeah, unbelievable play, man. I think we just had so many different guys make plays throughout the course of the game, but I thought that play was huge because, we started the third quarter on some bullshit. Sorry for my language. Sorry, my fault. We started the third quarter.
I'm supposed to keep you in line, man. That's why I'm here.
We started third quarter rough, and Miles I thought made a huge play right there, and Drew, came down and made another big play as he should, because he turned it over. But I think that right there kind of got us going there in the third when we started slow, and then we just kind of rode the wave from there. But I mean, there's so many plays in the stretch of the game. TB after getting blocked, thought he got fouled, gets a big steal, fast break dunk, kind of ignites us. I thought we just had a lot of different guys chip in, man. So total team effort, and just like I said, really proud of this group.
Yeah, shout out Miles, because he obviously he could have been frustrated, the game. Maybe he didn't get involved as much in the offense or whatever, but that's what Miles do, man. He just kept fighting and made big plays for us.
Thank you, guys.